what's going on, guys? Havoc here, I'm back with 100 more Brawl Stars facts. Whoa. As I mentioned in the last video, I wanted to split all of these facts I had into a two-part series, so here we are. There probably won't be a part 3 though, because I literally spent days researching for these, and god, I think I've squeezed the internet dry for everything it had. Anyways, with that being said, let's get right into it. Brock's game file name is Rocket Girl. Yikes, buddy. They did you wrong. Not sure why they called him the Rocket Girl. Well, maybe he was meant to be a girl, but I'm not sure. Shelly's gun is called a boomstick. Brawl Stars is capable of running at 120 frames per second on certain devices. On the other hand, some other powerful phones can run at 90 frames per second. And my phone runs at 60, so I can't even imagine how smooth 90 and 120 would be. Brawl Stars began development in 2015. That's before Clash Royale even went beta. You used to tap an enemy to shoot at them instead of using a button. The screen used to turn yellow when you aimed your super in early stages of the game. Nanny is Jessie's babysitter, or her nanny, hence the name. Brawl Stars was teased for Android way before its release. In this picture, Spike's shadow is an Android figure. This is how the game looked in 2016, way before the beta launch. There's third star powers for some brawlers in the game files. These are believed to have been just scraped or just unused, or maybe replacements they had if one went bad or people didn't like one, you know? You can get more damage off a shotgunner by aiming the shells at the edge of a target if you're at a certain range. Before the September 2018 update, the respawn timer would say new life in instead of back in. The Hog Rider from Clash Royale and Clash of Clans was supposed to be in Brawl Stars. This was before beta and before really anything, to be honest. It was perhaps just a placeholder though, because when you have to do something quick and test out a game, well, you're probably going to reuse some things and then change it a bit later. Brawl Stars made around $200 million in the first 4 months of global. In the entire 2018, only 3 brawlers were added. Back in the day when clicking Brawl, or play in today's terms, you could select which brawler you wanted to play first. There's a bird on top of every Dynamite skin. Tower Star Power Pet is the only entity in the game who does not have upgradable stats. Other turrets or pets like the bear, their stats upgrade when the brawler gets upgraded. Before we had more than 15 ranks, matches used to give way less trophies. This was adjusted so that everyone could rank up faster and gain more star points when star points were a new thing in the game. Before 8-bit was added, Carl was the only robot in the game who had 2 eyes instead of 1. If you're bilingual and want to discover even more content in the videos tab, it's as easy as changing your game's language. Trophy Road was capped at 14,500 for years, before finally being increased to 50k in mid-2020. There used to be an event modifier called Life Leech, where you lost health over time. It was removed due to developers thinking it was too complex for newer players to understand. Although it was never really added back, in late 2019 it was for a few days for Halloween. It was called Graveyard Shift. Jean, Dynamite, and Mr. P all have the same bouncing animation, just at a different speed. You can talk and be ready at the same time. Simply tap both buttons at the same time and you're good to go. There's a possibility of bots in your matches all the way up until 500 trophies. So that really easy kill you just got might have been a bot or a noob. You used to be able to watch an advertisement to double your box rewards for a brief point in Brawl Stars history. It was pretty cool, but it's unfortunate that it was gone so quick. Primo and Bull appear to have the same exact chest. It looks like they just reused it for the Barbarian King Bull skin to save some time. This is pretty common in all Supercell games where they reuse things, so it's not a bad thing. El Primo appeared in Clash of Clans back in late 2018 to celebrate the launch of Brawl Stars. When you can afford to upgrade a brawler, the green upgrade bar below their profiles will have a little shine animation. When you can't afford upgrading that brawler due to a shortage of coins, the upgrade bar does not obtain that animation. For April Fools of 2020, Supercell announced a brand new skin, Egg Pam. It was never actually released though, obviously it was just a joke. Primo is called El Costo if you set your language to French. Nita's bear and Tara's pet will stand idle if there are no enemies spawned. Brawl Stars is banned in Vietnam due to laws in that country. Brock's rocket seems to hold and is loaded with 4 rockets, but in a match you can only shoot 3. This was changed with the introduction of the rocket number 4 gadget that allows you to shoot all 4. But it makes you question, why couldn't he use all 4 before? After all, the purpose of reloading is to refill your gun with ammo, right? But he has 4. Why was he forced to reload at 3 and have 1 left and not use it? Pretty strange. Mr. P seems to be only a disguise to an actual person or robot. Or maybe he's just a plush toy. You can see a zipper behind it. Who knows what's under it? To celebrate Supercell's 10th year anniversary, they put crowns in every map. Instead of creator boost, in the China version of the game, it says warning, enjoy responsibly. Only Nita, Frank, and Jackie break the ground with their normal attacks. Colt's name is a reference to the type of revolver he uses. If you unlock Barley before opening your first ever Brawl box on any account, you will still only get power points for Shelly after opening the first box. This is because early draws of the game are predetermined. In Gem Grab, it takes 7.5 seconds for gems to spawn. The max amount of gems to spawn in Gem Grab is 29. Before the June 2018 update, gems could not drop from boxes. After that, for a while we could get gems from boxes, but it was removed again in the spring of 2020. Piper, Bull, Jessie, Nita, and Pam are the only brawlers who have more names than just their first. For example, Piper de la Prim, Bull Blanco, Jessie Junker, Nita Littlefoot, and Pam Junker. You can change your matchmaking region in these settings. Note that this only works once a day. So yeah. For a while after Max's release, people were confused if she was a girl or a boy. But after a updated description and the addition of her star power, her gender was mentioned. The mine in the center of Gem Grab emits a purple light. The stronger it shines, the closer a gem is about to get out. Poco's old model used to have a reload animation. The auto aim button used to not fire shots if there weren't any brawlers within range. Now it shoots whenever you want to. According to Frank, a developer for Brawl Stars, the game only just released a server in Russia. This is pretty good though, players there will have a nicer experience. Even though Spike usually looks at the direction of an enemy, Robo Spike doesn't do this. Brawl Stars was supposed to be a space-themed game. Shelly, EMZ, and Jackie are voiced by the same person. This is how energy drinks used to look. The gold mecha skins are the most expensive and hardest to get in the game. Every brawler cries in their sad pin, but Barley doesn't. Rose's beta testing name was Frank 3.0. Her beta model was Nita's bear as well. In early stages of the game, you could actually buy brawlers using chips. So if you wanted Crow, it would be 500 chips and the price would vary between rarities. Originally, to unlock new event slots, you had to have a certain number of brawlers. Back in the day, you didn't have to wait for skins to appear in the shop. You could simply buy them from the brawler screen by scrolling through the available skins that brawler had. During Brawl Stars' Western theme era, Colt was described as a town sheriff and a local hair model. Aside from the name Barley being referred to as a bar robot, Barley is also a plant used in some, well, not so kid-friendly drinks. And since he's a bartender, well, you can already guess where I'm going with this. Brawl Stars used to have double XP weekends. This was somewhat cool, but probably removed because XP doesn't play a major role in the game. According to a developer from Brawl Stars, the reason auto aim is a thing in the first place is because beta testers at the time were so used to tapping on enemies to shoot, like we mentioned previously, that they needed to include a tap to shoot feature in the Fire joystick for the beta testers to transition over a bit easier. Terra is a pun off of Tarot. The OT is replaced with a A to give her a more feminine name. Back in Brawl Stars' early beta days, Nita's bear and Jessie's turret had health decay. Trophy Road brawlers used to be labeled as League of Reward brawlers. Probably also said that accidentally before, so yeah, if you're wondering, that's what I meant. The Brawl Stars logo appears in the game Clash Royale. Primo used to be able to super while holding the ball in Brawl Ball. When getting hurt by an enemy, your screen flashes white in the Chinese version. Spike's super wasn't always spikes on the ground. It used to be this, whatever you want to call it. The China version of Brawl Stars has a box purchase limit so that players cannot overspend in a game. Once upon a time, there was no spawn protection. Whoa, scary days, eh? Players used to start with only 1 star in bounty instead of 2 in the early days of beta. Brawl Stars officially went 3D in December of 2018, before the game was just more flat and 2D-ish, like you would expect. Coins originally had a horseshoe logo on it during Brawl Stars Western theme era, then it got changed to a capital C, and now currently the logo is the Brawl Stars skull. Even though Jackie swears are censored, the uncensored version doesn't actually swear either.
Let's go kick some booty, you dirty stinker! Holy fruitcake! Holy cheese! I'll stick a cookie in your face!
Clubs back in the day could only hold 50 members. Brawl Stars characters and game modes once appeared in Clash Royale as a limited promotional event for its global launch. It looks like they did a lot for its global launch, so yeah, pretty cool. Poco used to be in a band, but lost all of his fans to a rival band. There's a picture of Poco on EMZ's phone. Proc's newer model has a bluish color to his hair, while his older model was all black hair. Supercell once removed Mortis's hat, but due to community backlash, they added it back as a free skin. At soft launch, only Shelly and Ricochet had voice lines. Everyone else didn't say anything. Brock's and Dynamite's remodels have their eyes shown, but their older models, their eyes were covered by glasses or goggles. A developer from Brawl Stars admitted that Mortis was the hardest brawler to balance. When Brawl Stars was still called Smash and Grab, gems were referred to as crystals. The chromatic rarity is the only rarity to not have any, well, specific rarity. Its chances actually vary between seasons, so 1 month it'll be as rare as a legendary, and 3 months later it's as rare as an epic. This one's probably obvious if you've already read the description for chromatic. Clubs used to be called bands. Leon's buttons are blue, but in the portrait it's dark green. When in development, Supercell claimed that they hated double joystick games, so they were trying really hard not to add 2 joysticks. As we've mentioned before, you could tap to walk, but back in the day, tapping to walk and shoot was all that was possible. There were no joysticks, you walked and shot by tapping. Keep in mind though that this was way before soft launch, and this was in its early beta stages where only a few people actually got to play the game. When you use the edit controls option while Piper shoots, her attack sound will loop. It was once possible to hold up to about 145 power cubes. This is now harder to achieve due to the cap placed on the amount an enemy can drop to 5. Tick was going to be a mythic but was changed at the last minute. Back in the day, if you were playing in Gem Grab, the game actually told you to watch out if you were holding crystals. They should probably put that back because some people kinda, yeah. Despite the iPhone 4S being released in 2011, it can still run Brawl Stars. Yes, a nearly 10-year-old phone can run Brawl Stars. Although it's not really recommended. The lowest Supercell recommends is an iPhone 5. And the fact that also an iPhone 5 can run it is crazy enough. There's a few tools and supplies that Jackie uses in a Gem Grab map, but if you're using Jackie in that game, those supplies will disappear. When in the brawler selection screen for emotes, only Nita, El Primo, and Nanny have it to their right, while everyone else has it to their left. Keep in mind I said to their right, so it appears to our left. In the game's first stages, El Primo had infinite attacks. So guys, I think that should be it for all 100 facts I have for today. I mean, whoa. This 2-part series is definitely an upgrade from that one 50 facts video we had about 2 years ago. Instead of 50 facts, you got 200 dank facts, or useless as some might say. Anyways, like I said, that should be it. If you guys have any more ideas laying around, comment them down below. There probably won't be a part 3, but just in case, you can leave them down below. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. Havoc Gaming out. Peace!